Ja, ich stehe hier mittendrin in den allergeilsten Gitarren, die es überhaupt gibt. Also ich habe selten so obergeil verarbeitete Gitarren gesehen. Ich kann euch echt, ihr müsst euch mal rumdrehen. Was da oben hängt, ist der absolute Knaller. Und darüber sprechen wir jetzt am besten mal mit Chris. Hey Chris.
How you doing, old friend? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's great to be here, I'll tell you what. It's amazing.
Me too.
All right.
Okay. So you're the guy for ESP now.
That's right. I'm the Director of Artist Relations and Product Management for ESP.
Wonderful.
And it's one of the best things that ever happened to me. Yeah.
So what I've seen outside is one of the prettiest guitar ever.
Oh, the Rene.
Absolutely.
It's 100% all inlaid. Every piece was individual. And if you look closely, every individual piece is bound with separate little tiny, tiny gold binding. Took a year to make.
Have a look on it.
Yeah. This is... we call this Rene, and it was made by Kobayashi in Japan. It took about a year to make this guitar, and as you can see, every single piece is inlaid. That's not painted. It's actually inset, and if you look at the pictures on the wall, you can see how it was kind of developed from this pile of stuff and placed in.
Oh my God.
Every one of those, and if you look closely, every piece has got like a gold binding around it. And it could be yours for the low, low price of $75,000.
$75,000.
So that's more than any car I'll ever own.
But it's for sale, is it?
Yes, it is for sale. Yeah. But just like the carved in the inside, they're all for sale. Yeah. But they're very expensive because they take a year to make each one. And all hand done by the kings of our luthiers in Japan, with head up by Kobayashi and his team. And it's amazing. It's amazing, guys.
Okay, so let's have a look at the other ones.
Let's go. Every one of them is handmade one at a time in Japan by Kobayashi and his team. So they, as you can see, we've sold a lot of them already. They come with a pretty hefty ticket price, but they're worth it. I haven't personally, in my history in this business, I've never seen work done like this before.
Me too, never.
Yeah. Look at that half-inch spalt top on that bass right there, on the F bass. It's just incredible. You know, all this stuff has just been done one at a time. And, you know, the work is impeccable, and nobody's been able to touch it. We have, you know, other brands that come by and ask for tips on how they can get it done this good. So that feels good. And
I bet that, yeah. I bet.
So there's like this. Those are all one of a kind. Even with the, you can see the arrow right there is all textured.
This is one of my favorites here.
Oh, it's so good. It's so...
Let's bring it down.
I don't even know if I can reach it.
Wait.
Oh, it's tied off. It's tied off.
It is, okay.
Yeah. But you can tell everything here that's all
been
been
fire
cooked.
here?
Yep, absolutely.
It's really burned?
Yep, really burned. It's not a fake anything. It's really done that way, where they put a flammable oil on it and set it on fire and cook it in, and then finish it up afterwards. It's insane.
Yeah, so you have to have the right...
Yeah. Put your hand on that. Feel that.
So what is it?
It's some sort of weird paint procedure that they came up with to try to make a texturing stone-like feel. And it's, I don't know, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. And it's just dark, and it's so evil looking.
Rusty iron.
Yes. We, rather than making the whole place about the line, we wanted to celebrate our builders. Yeah. This is their time to shine. So that's why we have all of these in here, all over here. It's all one-offs this year.
I mean, I saw that one last year, is it?
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
So the Angel one here?
Yep, the Angel was, those two are there. A couple of them are new to the States. We all remember Ghost Soldier, which was from last year as well. But we brought them all back. And this time we put the price tags up on it so that, you know, if somebody does want to buy it, they're more than willing to do it. You know, so we'd love to, you know, open all negotiations, so to speak. It is so awesome. The one thing that's so fun about that one right there, look at the pickup at the neck. They actually broke the pickup out. It's crazy, to the attention of detail.
Yeah, you have to have the right idea for that.
That's right. And then you look at these, like with the Mystique line of all these custom units, every one of these inlays is hand done, you know, by Kobayashi and his team. It's just been outstanding. So our friends Makoto-san over in Japan and the teams just really spend all their time to try to show the world these guys. You know, it's a very small group of people that do all this. Very small group.
It's one team.
Yep, one team. Yeah. And it's been one team for 4 decades now. So it's amazing. And I'm proud to be a part of it. It makes it exciting. I mean, look at that crazy quilt. It's like a drippy quilt on that. It's just amazing. Oh, every piece of this is an individual wood, all inlaid together on it. These are all the stream basses.
Never seen something like that. Never. Yeah.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
And coming in when these showed up at our headquarters in Hollywood, we were looking at them just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Crazy, yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? And we went through it. It's like everything from the paint jobs and all these between the the FRXs and then the Horizons. It's just the attention to detail is just mind blowing. Something I haven't seen in forever and a day. And even looking at this stuff, this is all inlaid. This is all inlays. It's all it's just all 100% hand.
So at first it looks like a painting, but it's not.
It's disturbing how good it is, But it's fun, because these guys just spend their whole lives doing this. And for a team that has so much pride in their work, they come out here once a year, to the United States to show off what they're doing. And this year we gave them extra special love, and everybody's just going, how is that possible?
It's an anniversary?
Yes. So then for that, outside of the amazing hand-carved and one-off custom stuff, really, since it is the 40th anniversary, there is a lot of guitars here also that are, at the regular price points and things of that nature, like right here. 40th anniversary series. So we have limited edition LTD models in a MH, 7-string Horizon, and an Eclipse. And we have the 2 Japanese-made 40th anniversary Eclipses up top as well. Very limited production. But really fun stuff like this with a satin finish and a quilt top. Feels great. These guitars shred. They sound amazing. And because they're all oiled and satined, they just sound big.
Yeah.
They sound big.
And it's a little bit more affordable.
Yes, exactly. Sure. I mean, with the MSRP at $1,570 American, that's much more affordable.
That's cool. Yeah.
Let's take a look over here. Now, this is something I'd like to show everybody, which makes me so excited right now. Being with ESP, obviously, we have the best artist roster in the world, okay? The best artist roster there is. And it's only getting better. So we revamped a lot of the artist product, brought out some new stuff. 7-string Andy James model, brand new. We've also expanded. We gave the Gus G a facelift.
Yeah.
Basically redesigned the Gus G with him, make it a little bit more appealing towards everybody, not just Gus G fans. So like anybody could be feeling cool to play the guitar now.
Okay, so let's go then.
Yep. So we have the ESP and LTD versions, but we decided to do, outside of the ESP versions, which all have the Gus G signature pickups, the oiled satin finish neck through versions of both, the Eclipse. We also did the LTD matching, but they're in the 200 series. So these are about $500.
That's good.
Yeah, very good. And they look great and they play great. And it was great working with Gus on this because we got a little bit more hands-on than we have in the past. And he's a great guy to work with. It's a lot of fun. And these are just killing it already. It's amazing. People may remember that a lot of stuff was in the 300 series, and the 300 series had like the ESP active pickups. And we decided, based on popular demand by the consumer, they asked for the 200 series back with the ESP passives instead. So we brought that back in the Stephen Carpenter models, the Alexi, all that kind of stuff. So we brought it all back in different levels. But to make things even more fun, take a look at this. This is the Will Adler from Lamb of God. One of my favorite human beings in the world. Love him to death. Killer dude. We have this one here, which is the $10,000 Will Adler. Now take a look at the 200 series Will Adlers. That's about $500, okay? And it plays awesome, and that looks good. And like Will said, he wanted his guitars to look like the bottom of his skateboard. So that's what we kind of did with that. Back by popular demand, people asked for the white urban camo of Will. We brought that back as well in the 200 series.
I mean, I remember the FT with a flag here.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good guitar.
Yeah, so now we're just kind of making it a little bit more for everybody. Jeff Hanneman, limited edition urban camo model. We all seen that, but it's back in force. But one of the best things I like to show off here is my man, Gary Holt. Legend. He only did that one little thing called create thrash metal.
Yeah.
So he created thrash. We really wanted to make a guitar for him in 3 different price points. So you have the high-end custom shop model with with this crazy embossed bubbly paint job that we call coagulated blood. Yeah. The LTD model, and then the LTD 200 series as well. But the coolest thing about it You don't see Gary Holt written anywhere on these. No. These are for everybody.
Yeah.
And that was one of the funnest times I ever had. When we worked with this, everybody knew Gary for playing a V for so many years. And he said, you know what, let's do something different, man. He goes, because it's this time in his career where he really wanted to be with a great company, and we wanted to work with him, and we've been friends for a long time. So it was just the timing couldn't have been better. And we wanted to make a guitar that was like a real big fuck you to the expectations, and let's just kick everybody's ass. 22 fret, neck through style with Floyds. I mean, it's killer. Fast playing, and they look good, so anybody can play them and feel cool. So, and these are all the prototypes. So I think we're going to eventually get the pickups a little bit darker, but we'll see what happens. New to the line, we revamped Frank Bello's FB4 with a mirrored pickguard and chrome hardware. But now, Frank Bello is now using an 8-string bass a lot. So we had to bring a Frank Bello 8-string out. And the new Anthrax album was done a lot. I mean, over half the album was done with an 8-string. So he's going to be playing that at his performance today. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Now, in the world of 8-string guitar players, a lot of people think that an 8-string guitar is about tuning down to W and playing 1-string riffs. Well, that's cool for whatever it is, but I needed a person to be the face of the 8-string guitar for us, to use as an 8-string better than anybody I've ever seen, and that's Javier Reyes from Animals as Leaders.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He is by far one of the greatest percussive Latin feel guitar players I've ever seen, because he plays it like a 6-string and utilizes the low string for the extended scales and for percussion. Yeah. He does it different than anybody I've seen. This is a wonderful piece, and if you see, neck through between pieces of mahogany, maple, and Paduke. String through, custom shallow bridge, custom DiMarzios that were made just for him and just for this model. And the thing about it is that I can honestly say that is possibly the best sounding 8-string I've ever heard. Clearest 8-string I've ever heard. No mud.
No muddy at all, man.
No muddy. But we also know this is an expensive guitar. We needed to make something that was affordable to everybody. We came up with a 208 version. And then surprisingly enough, the guitar plays so good that Javier uses that as his warm-up guitar before every show. He loves it. It's awesome. So now, you always see Kirk Hammond.
So we have Kirk here, yeah.
That's right. We brought back the KH202. People have been bugging and asking for it for years. How to bring it back.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted it, we got it. We listened, we gave back in return. But one thing that people don't realize also is a lot of people needed extended range guitars. Extended range is growing and growing and growing. So rather than just put out more 7-strings, more 8-strings, we decided to redesign it. And I sat with 7 and 8-string players and really sat through with our extended range and said, okay, how do we get the baritone? We extended all the ranges down to baritone. Everyone is 27-inch scale length, 7 and 8-string models. And if you can see that 7-string V up there, 27-inch scale, you'd have to be like the size of Orion in Behemoth to play that thing. It is so physically enormous, but they just sound great and they perform great. These guitars are made for players. Yeah. They're not just there to play, the same rip-off Meshuggah riff that half the bands are doing nowadays. These are meant to be played. So it's killer. Now it's hard to see over here, but we have the new colors of the USA ESPs. And for all you sensitive types, we finally brought back the acoustic line. But it took us a long time to do the acoustics because in the past, you learn from your mistakes. And we decided that we needed our guitars to sound and play great first and foremost. Before the finish, before all that. So all these guitars in the acoustic line were about being played and heard. Yeah. They sound great, they play great, they're affordable, but the last thing that we worried about was the finish. And once we got the sound right, then we made them look nice. So we did the exact opposite approach. Sure. Great extension of the company, the legendary Bunny Brunel, studio musician, played with everybody from Paul Simon to name it in the world of fusion and jazz. So we have these new lines out, a 5-string and a 4-string. For all the really nerdy jazz guys, that's for you. Pancho Tomaselli, we gave his bass a facelift on it again. killer pick guard. Instead of, we went to Aguilar pickups now. We did a transparent blue ash body, just shred bass. So awesome. And you can hear it all over the new film record. And then as we go through, let's see. These are all handmade at our Hollywood facility. It took us a little while to get this facility really rolling, but now that we got it, the formula's right. We decided to change up the colors for this year, and let me tell you, they play as good as they look. They're worth every penny of it, and we're proud of it. We're so excited about these. The response that we've gotten on this is so good that guess what? They're sold out for a year. Whole year is sold. So maybe next year I'll have some for more in stock. We'll see. But limited production, gone. Gone. Awesome. One thing I like to show off in the LTD line right now that's new is the new special edition M1000. This is more of a honor and tribute to classic and original ESP than anything else on the line.
So no active pickups?
No active pickups. Yeah. Vintage style headstock with a tilt back design. Old style, 1/8 inch flame maple top, bolt on with a carved heel.
Yeah.
Multi-lam, maple mahogany neck, and just the tone is ridiculous.
Yeah. So you find that neck tilt joint on the earlier models here.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So this is really like a classic ESP in an affordable LTD version. And the best part about the LTD line, in my opinion, is that these guitars are meant to be toured with and played live. When you have a guy like Gary Holt that recorded all the solos in the new record with an LTD EC1000, and he toured with Slayer and Exodus playing LTD EC1000s before we got his customs built, he used nothing but LTDs on tour because they're tough. They can take it. They're built for touring, and they play awesome. So people don't be like, oh, LTD, it's the cheap. No, fuck you. LTDs, they'll kick your brand's ass. You know what I mean? Finally, people needed to get they wanted FRXs. FRXs. How do we get FRXs available to everybody? Boom! 6 and 7 strings, FRX 406 and 407. Awesome, awesome shapes, very evil, menacing, just killer guitars, but now at a regular affordable price point in the LTD line that are ready to go on stage wherever you are. EMG actives, just amazing set-through designs, fast, killer playing. We want to show everybody we're a bass company too, and we've been growing in bass land a lot. It's nice to be, when you see our bass line being treated as such a legitimate, force in the rock and bass world. Now look at this line; it's just enormous, and it's growing, and it's only the beginning. Watch out, fuckers, we're on it. So, new stuff. Mostly a lot of this here is some new finishes. The new charcoal satin finish up there. But for the first time ever in America, we brought the Arrow in an E2, ESP, and LTD. So this killer, brutal shape is now accessible here in the United States. Look at that, it's like an offset V design, but with the extra attention of just, curves and cuts. Just brutal. And they play fast. Oh, so good. So you'll be seeing these in the hands of the band like Immolation here really soon. And there, so then, now, as you can see, there we are, 2015, and this is only the beginning. This is our 40th anniversary, but we're going to be here all year, and we're doing stuff throughout the year. You're going to be seeing a lot of stuff coming out in the next few months that we haven't here. Stuff in the mid-year, stuff fourth quarter. We're not stopping just at NAMM. NAMM is for us to celebrate our builders. Yeah. But the line is going to grow throughout the year. And we're a transparent company, so if you need anything, you write to espguitars.com. It's going to go to one of us 4 guys. So we're there to answer for you. So whatever you need, hit us up.
Very cool. So we'll be at Messe in Frankfurt?
I'll be there, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll meet you.
Yes, absolutely, man. You think I would miss that? Come on, it's going to be great.
Okay.